Hello and welcome to a new YouTube tutorial. This video is part of our Hub Flow series where we show you step by step how to automate and optimize various processes using Peakboard Hub Flows. Today we will show you how to archive older temperature data to limit the active list and store the data long term. The archiving process is automated, ensuring that only the most current data is available for fast queries, while the older data is stored securely. In this video, we will focus on archiving temperature data. We will transfer data older than 7 days from the active list to an archive list, thereby limiting the active table and storing the data long term. The archiving process is done automatically through a hub flow that runs regularly. We start in the Peakboard Hub, where we duplicate the list of active data and rename it Temperature Sensor Data History. At this point, we see that the list is still empty. Next, we switch to the Peakboard Designer, where we add a new Peakboard Hub list data source, which we call Temperature Sensor Data History, and link it with the newly created list. Next, we want to create a Peakboard Hub list data source that provides the data we want to archive. For this, we set up an SQL statement that retrieves all columns from our temperature sensor data list, but only the data with a timestamp older than 7 days and timestamps that are not yet in the temperature sensor data history table. When we load the data, we can see that currently all values created more than 7 days ago are returned, as the Hubflow logic hasn't been implemented yet. Finally, we need to link the temperature sensor data list to later be able to delete data from this list. This can only be done in the script for Peakboard Hub data sources that are not linked by an SQL query. Now we can create our function to archive the data. Here we create a loop that runs through all the rows in the temperature sensor data source we just created and writes the data to the temperature sensor data history list. Additionally, we delete the archive values from the temperature sensor data list. We use the entries ID for this. We then run this function via a hub flow. For this process, we create a new hub flow, give it a name, and set it to run at 11:15 p.m., a quarter of an hour after the first hub flow that aggregates the data. The flow reloads the data source, which returns the rows to be archived, and then runs our script. To start this flow, we upload the project to the Peakboard Hub, confirm that we want to overwrite our existing project, and can then manually trigger this flow as well. Immediately afterwards, we switch to the lists view and look at the temperature sensor data. We can see that the flow is running and the values have been deleted from the active list. In the history, we can see that the values entered into the active list more than 7 days ago have now been moved to the archive. When we return to the active list, we see that these values have been deleted from the active list. In summary, today we showed how to archive older temperature data from the active list into an archive list to keep the active list small and performant. We created a hub list data source that retrieves the older data and implemented a hub flow that regularly archives this data and removes it from the active list. This ensures that the table for the most frequently queried data remains small and fast to access, while the older data is stored long term. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or would like to see more tutorials, feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you next time and good luck with your implementation.